Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be ranking all the heroes in Avatar The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra by strength. A while ago I released my rankings of the Avatar villains and just recently made an updated list. So I thought it would be fitting to rank the protagonists this time. This idea was given to me by Labuto Mar. I hope I didn't mispronounce that. So shout out to this person. It really helps me out when people comment ideas for upcoming videos, so I really appreciate it. Anyways, let's get into the video. Coming up in last place, we got Meelo and Ikki. I feel bad putting my boy Meelo at last, but he's literally 9 years old in Book 4 of Legend of Korra, and Ikki is only 11. I am sure that both of them will get a lot stronger in the future, but because of their age, lack of experience, and lack of real feats, I'm putting them in last place. Coming up next is the firstborn of Aang and Katara, Bumi. We know that Bumi was a pretty good leader since he was the commander of the 2nd Division of the United Forces. However, in terms of strength, he's most likely towards the bottom. We haven't seen Bumi really do much, and although he's a respected commander, we haven't seen him defeat anyone in a fight. Having the ability to airbend does help him out, but he's not a master by a long shot. I actually think Meelo and Ikki are better airbenders than him since they have been airbending for longer. But I think Bumi would win in a fight just because he has more experience and he's older. Next up we got Sokka. If you've seen my Avatar The Last Airbender character tier list, you know how much I love Sokka. Despite this, he is unfortunately one of the weakest. Master Piandao was more impressed with Sokka's creativity and versatility than his actual fighting ability. Overall, his sword skills are quite decent, and he is incredible with the boomerang. In Avatar The Last Airbender, we saw him get a clean, precise shot on Combustion Man. Also, in the comics, he manages to hit Azula in the back of the head amidst a large commotion. Despite these accomplishments, he's still not all that strong compared to the others on this list. Rather than strength, his intelligence and leadership abilities are what make him valuable. If Sokka had enough time to prepare and assess the situation, he could defeat even the strongest characters. However, if he is put in a small, confined area with one other person, he would probably lose the fight. In my opinion, Asami is wasted potential as a character. Like, she's supposed to be one of the main characters, but she rarely gets any screen time. Regardless of what I think of her, she is shown to be a pretty skilled hand-to-hand fighter. She's quite agile, not on par with Ty Lee, but still pretty good. Sokka versus Asami would be a good fight in my opinion. If they both fought each other in an area where Sokka would have enough time to come up with a battle strategy to win, Sokka could for sure take the W. However, assuming the two of them fought in like the octagon, Asami would win. Hand-to-hand skills and agility go to Asami, whereas in terms of long-range fighting, Sokka is better because of the boomerang. It really is extremely close, and I don't want to make this video into a Sokka versus Asami video, but I'm mainly giving it to Asami because she's shown to be an overall more competent fighter. It's honestly a toss-up between these two airbenders since they are both practically on the same level. Opal had this pretty incredible feat where she creates this like air vortex, and if she had done this all on her own, I would have said Opal was stronger, but she got help from Jinora, who is clearly the better airbender out of the two. I think based on what I've seen, I'd give the slight edge to Kai, but if you think Opal is better, I'm not arguing. Jinora is an extremely talented airbender, having received her airbending tattoos at just 11 years old. Despite her talent, she has not shown many battle feats, and she hasn't really had a fight with anyone of significance, so I can't really rate her too highly on this list. Since she is an airbending master, it is safe to assume she is stronger than at least Opal and Kai, but there's no evidence that she's stronger than that. Kaya is in the same predicament as Jinora. I think Kaya is a very talented waterbender, but not a good fighter. She has shown excellent control, precision, and power in her fights against Zahir and Minghua. However, I think her durability is pretty bad. For example, she gets knocked down fairly easily after one hit from Zahir's airbending. I think it's mainly because she never really fought that much and grew up during an era of peace. Her waterbending talent definitely comes from Katara, and if she had more fighting experience, she would for sure be a lot higher on this list. Suki is one of the strongest non-benders we have seen in the show. In this scene, she fights toe-to-toe with Ty Lee, who is proven to be a skilled non-bender, especially after her fight with Katara. In the comics, Suki also learns how to chi block from Ty Lee. In addition to that, she has this crazy feat where she literally dodges a point-blank bolt of lightning from Azula. That's actually insane. She also has incredible skills with shields and war fans. Some people think Asami is stronger or on par with Suki, but there's just no evidence that backs that up. Asami learned basic martial arts, but Suki is a trained warrior with much better feats. In my opinion, she is way stronger than Asami. This guy was cold, bruh. People don't really know much about him, but according to the Avatar wiki, this guy literally defeated a whole army of 100 men. To give you some backstory, Piandao was on the Fire Nation army and didn't like what the Fire Nation was doing, so he deserted the military. After a while, the Fire Nation went to go arrest him, but Piandao legit defeated 100 Fire Nation soldiers, and from that point on, the Fire Nation was really scared of him. The guy's a complete beast. The only real reason he's this low is purely because he's a non-bender. And also, Fire Nation soldiers are super weak and are almost always defeated in one hit. So I can't really put him that high on this list. These two brothers for sure possess a lot of raw talent, as even Amon stated that Mako was incredibly talented. However, they have never really been portrayed as incredibly powerful benders. Neither Mako nor Bolin actually received any formal training of any kind. They just kind of picked up their skills on the streets and pro bending lessons. Because of their lack of training, I can't place them too high on this list. Both of them got bodied by Eska and Desna, and I wouldn't even consider them to be super good waterbenders. Mako did defeat Minghua, but that win was purely circumstantial, since she was literally in a pool of water and she's incredibly susceptible to lightning. In my opinion, Mako is a bit stronger than Bolin. They are both experienced pro benders, so they are both quite agile and precise with their bending. However, Mako is shown to be more nimble and have more of a killer instinct. Lava bending was a big help for Bolin, but compared to Ghazan, his lava bending feats are not that impressive. Similar to his earth bending, his lava bending is more about precision than power. If Bolin improved his lava bending, I would say he's stronger, but as of right now, I'd give the slight edge to Mako. Unlike Mako and Bolin, chief of the southern water tribe Tonraq received formal training under the northern troops. Eventually becoming the general of the northern troops, Tonraq's waterbending abilities grew exponentially. Based on what we've seen in Legend of Korra, Tonraq is not actually super strong, especially compared to enemies like Zahir or Unalaq. Also, in terms of pure waterbending ability, I actually believe Kaya is superior, and if you want more of an explanation, you can check out my rankings of all the waterbenders. However, Tonraq is clearly physically one of the strongest on this list, and although he lost, he put up a good fight against both Zahir and Unalaq. Suyin Beifong is an incredible earthbender. Being the daughter of Toph, she picked up metal bending and seismic sense from her mother. Although it should be noted that Toph stated that she and Lin did not pick up metal bending all that well. Toph's standards are incredibly high, that's no doubt, but Suyin is clearly not the best at metal bending, as explicitly stated. Despite this, Suyin did put up a good fight against Kuvira, who I believe to be one of the strongest villains. Because of that good performance, I would put her just slightly above Tonraq. Tonraq does have the physical advantage over Suyin, but I believe Suyin is a much better bender than him. Suyin's half-sister, Lin, is up next. I feel that Lin is just marginally stronger than Suyin. Bending-wise, I'd say they're equal, however, because Lin is the chief of police, it is safe to assume she is physically more capable than her sister. For that reason, I'd rank Lin above Suyin. Grandson of Zuko, General Iroh is underrated as a bender. He has this super cool action sequence in Book 1 of Legend of Korra where he takes out all of the enemy's planes. His use of fire jets in this scene might be the best we've seen throughout the series. Compared to the two Beifong sisters, General Iroh is better physically, because I believe military training is most likely superior to police training. Bending wise, I think they are equals in their respective element. Iroh and the Beifong sisters are close to the best benders of their element, but not the best. Getting into the top 10, we got Zuko. Zuko versus General Iroh would be a good fight in my opinion. If we compare end of series Zuko to end of series Iroh, I think Iroh gets the dub. But if we compare the current versions of each character, Zuko wins. After learning from the dragons, Zuko's firebending has been elevated. In the comics, 3 firebenders attack Zuko, and Zuko uses this dragon flame technique to completely neutralize their attack. It's pretty sick. And although we have never seen Zuko lightning bend, I'm almost certain he can do it, since at this point, all firebenders can, as seen in Legend of Korra. I kinda liked it better when it was a rare ability, but whatever. Anyways, back to the main point, I think Zuko's firebending ability surpasses General Iroh because he received better training than his grandson. Pakku is the only White Lotus member that doesn't have any crazy insane feats. The only real reason he's up this high on the list is just because he is on the White Lotus and he was the teacher of Katara. Honestly, it's clout based. Known as the Deserter, Jeong Jeong was the first to defect from the Fire Nation military and survive. From a young age, he was viewed as a prodigy by his teachers, and an Earth Kingdom tribe even referred to him as a living god. Jeong Jeong also has this unique ability that we haven't really seen any other firebender use, where he creates a wall of fire. The guy is definitely a legend. One of 2 airbending masters in Legend of Korra, Tenzin is an absolute powerhouse. He legitimately stood up to all the members of the Red Lotus and still put up a great fight. However, it must be noted that the Red Lotus was probably not trying to kill him, since they needed him as a hostage. Regardless, the fact he was even able to put up a fight is impressive. I actually think his daughter Jinora is a better airbender than him, since she can perform spiritual projection, an ability we haven't seen an airbender really use before. However, like I said earlier, although she is probably the best airbender we have seen to date, we haven't really seen her fight. Because of this lack of battle experience, I couldn't put her too high on the list. Anyways, I ranked Tenzin above Jeong Jeong, mainly because Jeong Jeong does not have any major fights. Throughout the series, he really only fights random Fire Nation soldiers. Stated to be the best waterbender by both Sokka and Pakku, Katara's abilities are unparalleled. If she had learned how to bloodbend as well as Amon or Yakone, I would have put her in 3rd place, but since she chose not to, she's in 6th. Katara is hands down the best waterbender. She literally parts the sea and creates a massive wave that separates 2 ships. These 2 waterbending feats are the best we have seen from a non-avatar. In 5th place, we got King Bumi. There's not really much I need to say about this dude. King Bumi literally took back his whole city from the Fire Nation army. On top of that, he can earthbend with his face. He also has this quicksand earthbending technique, which we haven't really seen any other earthbender use. Everyone's favorite uncle, Uncle Iroh, is a powerhouse. On the day of Black Sun, Iroh escaped the Fire Nation prison all on his own. This means that he did this with just pure hand-to-hand combat skills. He was stated to be a one-man army by one of the guards. The main reason I put Iroh above Bumi is because I feel that Iroh has pushed the limits of firebending to its max. He studied waterbenders and earthbenders in order to come up with new firebending techniques. In addition to that, Iroh is more intelligent and spiritually connected than King Bumi. A fight between the two would be incredibly close, but I think Iroh would just edge it. Toph is an absolute monster. In the comics, she fights King Bumi to a draw at just 12 years old. On top of that, she literally founded a whole new earthbending subset called metal bending. With this, she goes on to teach metal bending to multiple students and later on establishes the Republic City Police. In addition to metal bending, She also created the earth-bending ability called Seismic Sense. The only benders that can defeat Toph are bloodbenders and avatars. In second place, we got Avatar Korra, which means you already know in first place I got Avatar Aang. Obviously, since the both of them are avatars, they have the ability to bend all four elements, and in addition to that, they have access to the avatar state, which is by far one of the strongest abilities in the Avatar universe. I think Aang would beat Korra mainly because I think he has better control over the avatar state and has more natural talent since he mastered the four elements incredibly quickly. I'm not going to spend too much time comparing the two, but if you want a more in-depth comparison between Aang and Korra, please take a look at the video I did where I rank all the known avatars by power. Anyways, guys, this is my final list. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Also, comment what you guys think I should do for my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.